Hello, my name is Skip, and this is from the Fourth Rose review of Jack the Giant Slayer. Now, obviously, we all know that Jack the Giant Slayer is a movie about Jack and the Beanstalk. Now, this time around, Jack is played by Nicholas Hoult, who you might remember as the zombie R in Warm Bodies. Or, if you're a fan of Marvel or comic book movies, might remember him as the Beast in X-Men Origins. Now, he is a kind of normal kid growing up in a farm in, I guess, Nowheresville, England, or whatever you want to call it. And he has a life in farm, you know, like most of these types of characters. He's not liked by his family, and in this case, it's his uncle, and he says, "Hey, go sell this horse and buggy," and of course, that leads to him getting into trouble and meeting a princess named Isabel. And of course, one thing leads to another. He loves Isabel, and she's the daughter of the king, and she doesn't think that she should be just a princess in this kingdom. She wants to go explore, and this farm boy, Jack, is the perfect person to go and explore the world of this kingdom and so forth and whatnot. But, needless to say, there's some people that do not want her to be the princess, and they want her to be the queen because they have plans of taking over her father's throne. And Ian McShane plays the king, and he is unbeknownst to the fact that Stanley Tucci is looking to take over once he marries the king's daughter. But some difficult circumstances happen, and Jack ends up meeting a priest, and he gives him a pouch, and in that pouch is some beans. And we all know what happens when beans touch water. They end up growing a beanstalk, and those beans caused a lot more craziness to happen, and the house ends up getting caught into a beanstalk, and Isabel ends up in the house, and they end up going up in the sky, and then they end up in a world that nobody understands except in fairy tale books that they all read when they were children. And that's that in the sky there's a land of giants. And in the land of giants, they have been kind of put off, went against, these people on the earth have kind of defiled them and made them their enemy, and so they did not want to have any kind of uh, relationships or personal whatnot. I guess you would call it. They didn't want to have anything to do with the giants, and so the giants are basically the enemies. And so, but once the beanstalks gone up to the giants, one of the four, go figure, fee fi fo fum, finds the queen and brings them to one of the kings, and one thing leads to another, and everybody goes to the rescue of the princess, including Jack. And one of the Knights Guard, played by Ewan McGregor, which he's basically, his job is to look out for the princess, which he did not look out for because she ended up in a house, then ended up on a beanstalk, and ended up in a land in the sky, which is taken over by giants. And so one of the people that goes up there is Stanley Tucci's character, and he has a mythical crown, and once he goes up there, he kind of gets the giants to listen to him. Except Jack figures a way around all that. I mean, I mean, I don't know what can I say about this movie. I think it's fun. I had a blast. I mean, you had the Hansel and Gretels, and you had the Snow White and the Huntsmans, and so forth and whatnot. And Snow White and the Huntsman was a great movie. I really liked that a lot. Hansel and Gretel now, on the other hand, not so much. But this is such a good movie. It's a good vehicle for Mr. Holt, who, like I said, was in Warm Bodies, to really come into his own as an actor, and I think he does a great job. When you add people like Ian McShane and Ewan McGregor and Stanley Tucci, you really add some credibility to this movie. And then Bryan Singer is such a good director of the first two X-Men movies and Valkyrie and so forth. You know you got a really good movie director. And so I just cannot say enough for Jack the Giant Slayer. I think it's a fantastic movie, and I hope everybody goes out to see it. I mean, the special effects are amazing. Bill Nye plays one of the giants, and he's ruthless and kind of brutal and really cool at the same time. And I really like this movie a lot, and I hope everybody else does too. This is big see it for Jack the Giant Slayer.